It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I bought a beer in Tesco, which I realised, I went to Tesco, I had a look in the beer aisle, I'd come across this beer which I haven't drunk in many, many years. And I did that thing where you pick up your phone in the beer aisle and you have a look at YouTube. And I realised I haven't tried this beer, or I haven't drunk this beer in 10 years. 10 years. This is Westmalle Trappist Dubbel. Now this used to only be available in specialist bottle shops. I think I really remember enjoying this back in the day. It's got that kind of Trappisten beer neck. The kind of metal glass neck there, the imprinted neck. It's in a 330 milliliter bottle. It's 7% ABV. It's been brewed by monks, Trappist monks. There's the look of the bottle cap. It's £2 a bottle at the moment in Tesco. And I just find that incredible. Absolutely incredible. Good amount of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. To be able to walk into your local Tesco store and to be able to pick up a Trappist Dubbel like this, when years ago it used to be specialist bottle shops, I just find staggering. Absolutely staggering. Pouring the beer out, it poured wonderfully well. It was like a deep mahogany coloured beer. A little bit of that yeast, a little bit of that sediment made its way into the glass. As I poured it, we got a 2-finger tan coloured, tan coloured head, slightly off-white head with lovely levels of carbonation there. You can see the carbonation and you can also see that suspension. Can you see that yeast suspension there in the glass? Just wonderful. Just wonderful. I hope... Now, I haven't watched my video back. I never do that. If I ever do this where I haven't had a beer in 10 years, whether it be St Austell's Proper Job, which we did a 10-year thing in between reviews. We did Fuller's London Porter recently, 10 years between drinks, 11 years, 12 years maybe. But I never watch the reviews back. I always go into it kind of... like, I know I haven't had a bottle of this since I last reviewed it. So we're talking 10 years. So how have my taste buds progressed over 10 years? Am I pulling any more flavour out of the beer than I did 10 years ago? Well, I tell you, 10 years ago, I was still in my kind of second or third year of drinking beer, craft beer, good beer. And I still think at that stage, I still think you're learning a lot about beer. I'm still learning now. I'm still learning now. After reviewing beer for 13 years, I'm still learning about the stuff. I love it. But let's get the aroma. Let's see. I mean, if you guys wanted to compare the two reviews to see what... I think I was sitting in the garden back then with relatively long hair like I have today. Like a mullet thing going on. Aroma. Ah, it's lovely and fruity. Oh, it smells terrific. Oh, so you're picking up some of that fantastic... It's the Belgian yeast. It's the Belgian yeast in the beer. It's that kind of almost candied fruit aroma coming through. Sticky toffee apples. Sticky toffee apples with spices. Oh, this is something else. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. that is just wonderful. I'm going to put that down. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. I'm still pulling flavours now as I'm talking to you. There was, what stopped me in my kind of stone the crows was there's a certain kind of dry pepperiness that just lingers and lingers. It's still lingering now, a little bit of bitterness there. But it starts off with this wonderful, it's like a toffee apple with spices. That's the best way I can describe this. Biscuity, toffee malt, sweet malt. But it, as with a lot of Belgian beer, it's highly carbonated. It doesn't really give off that it's highly carbonated. It's not hissing and fizzing in the glass, is it? But it's one of those beers that it almost looks flat, but you put it in your mouth and it's like you're jet washing the inside of your mouth. It's like the carbonation really kind of springs around in the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. The beer almost comes alive in your mouth. Belgian spices, Belgian pepperiness. If you've been drinking for years, if you've been drinking good beer for years, if you're new to beer, if you've not tried this, pick it up in Tesco. It'll be one of the big Tesco stores you need to go to. It's an authentic Trappist brewery, but it's well worth visiting your big Tesco just to pick up a bottle of this and experiencing it. Put it in if you've got one of these kind of like, well, this is essentially a Belgian beer glass. This is a, pardon me, this is a proper Belgian beer glass, but I mean, this is very similar. I'm still holding the beer on the, what would you call that, the spine of the glass. I mean, that's a proper Belgian beer glass, that one, the Grimbergen. But yeah, this is, yeah, give it a try. Put it in a nice glass and savour it. Sit down when you got yourself a spare hour, where maybe your kids have gone out or your wife's gone out and you got an hour. Maybe put a little bit of music on, a little bit of soft background music, and make a date with it. Make a date with this beer. Put on one of your favourite couple of songs, your favourite playlist. Crack open this beer, sit there to yourself and just enjoy the music and enjoy the flavours. Enjoy the flavours of this beer. It's terrific stuff. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Balanced between sweetness and bitterness. You'd never believe it was 7% ABV. And it's available in Tesco. I know, it's a tough thing at the moment, isn't it? Because you want to support the local bottle shop, of course you do. But to be able to do your weekly shop and then go down the beer aisle and go, right, I'm going to have a Trappist beer, I'm going to have, because there's a couple of Trappist beer. There's also St. Bernardus 12 in Tesco at the moment, which is I think that's I got it here actually. It's going to be the next, that's what that glass is for. This is going into there. So this is 10%. So that would be probably a triple, if I'm honest. They call it an Abbey Ale. But that's a Belgian triple. This is a Belgian double. Belgian double. But to be able to go into Tesco and pick up a couple of Belgian Trappist beers, maybe pick up some Weiss beer, maybe pick up some really good pale ales, some English bitters, a couple of good lagers. I mean, you're in for a real treat these days, aren't you? Where, you know, you're designating half your trolley to good beer. That's what happens with my trolley anyway. You put all the bread and the milk down the back of the trolley. I don't want to be looking at that stuff. That's your weekly your weekly rubbish, bread, cheese, milk, all of that, mincemeat and chicken, all that kind of stuff. And then you're down the beer aisle and you kept a little corner of your trolley for that lovely special occasion where you kind of just put, yeah, I'll have a couple of Belgian Trappists, I'll have some lager. It's great. It's a great time to be a beer drinker. It really is. Rating then for Westmalle Trappist Dubbel. I really, really, really like it. I can't remember my original rating. It was 10 years ago. But I'm going to say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.